It says 9:10. Oh, interesting.
Like a teacher, want to get started early. Get
I
the
do.
on the day.
Let's go. Okay. All right. Again, if you are not unpacked, stay unpacked. You're going to be waving sticks around. I don't want you to hurt your instruments. And if you are here right now, we are going to get started with something that you can start with now, honestly. So, for those of you coming in, please come sit in the front row. Number 2, if your hands are up, I will throw this ball to you, and then you can throw it to somebody else. This is beach ball brilliance. This is every concept that's in Sound Innovations Book 1 and the primer, written down on the wall. So when you catch it, look where your first finger is, and then name it. Sweet. What does the libro mean? There it is. It's a natural music. Nice. Somebody with their hands up. Oh, okay. Okay. And tell us what like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then keep going. Keep going. We're still waiting. Rose, come in. Have a catch. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Recover.
Now you have to play a sonata.
The chairs with the sticks in them. I would love to have, because these are going to be team captains right here.
Slur and staccato.
So, you can come and sit and then just set these next to you.
Pick up. Sorry, I'm a horrible thrower.
What you got? Oh, there it goes. Okay, where's your first finger? What's the term?
Flat.
Nice. And what does the flat do?
Lowers the stick.
There it is. And by how much?
Oh, by.
There it is.
Throw it.
Yeah, toss it. Somebody with their hands up. If you want to play, put your hands up. Turn for the ball. Mom.
There's like a diagram with a bow on it.
Yes. So what part of the bow is your finger on? Is in the tip? There it is. Okay.
Good throw.
Beach balls are blissfully forgiving if they land on an instrument, so if you toss this out in the middle of a rehearsal, it wouldn't do big damage.
Fourth word, time signature. Top number means 4 beats in measure. Bottom number means quarter of a beat.
Full start. All right. Let's go. Oh! Someone with their hands up is the best rules. Sorry.
For murder.
All right. I do need people of these 4 chairs in the center. So if you are just coming in, if you could be in there at the beginning, that would be great.
Mezzo-piano, medium soft.
Nice. All right, and then toss it toss it to her, and then I'll toss it back up.
Half note rest.
I love it. All right, so this ball has every concept in Sound Innovations Book 1 and the primer written on it. So this is a review ball. So I'm going to be tossing this around at the beginning of my year 2s, so that we can be like, hey, remember this, remember this, remember this. So it'll be a nice thing to just have, honestly, chilling on a piano to be like, so, all right, well, welcome. As you are coming in, the chairs that have a bundle of dowel rods next to them, please sit in there. Those are going to be team captains. If you're thinking to yourself, I might constrict a few people to scoot over there when we are playing the game that needs that. All right. So, without further ado, my name is Jess Amir, and this is Tucson. If you remember, that was the last time I presented for Bornoff, and that was after presenting at KMEA and ASTA, so that was a good year. This presentation was created with my friends and colleagues, Francis Ford and Catherine Tummins, and we are also the team that put together the orchestral standards for the city of Wichita. So we're going to talk about games in the classroom. There is copious amounts of research to show that playing through games is a faster way to learn. And we also, the 3 of us are also all Kodak certified. So if you are, you'll understand how important games are to the learning experience. So in general music, it is understood within the Kodai pedagogy that it's like, it takes like over 20 repetitions of learning about a task for it to start getting retained. But if you play a game about that task, it takes 10 times. Like it just cuts your learning time in half. If you can play with a game to get what you need. So it's, the reason we're doing this is to grow your game toolbox. And it's a really great way to have games that you can recall and just interject them in a rehearsal. So when you're sensing, okay, my kids are getting restless, okay, my kids are getting tired, like what is a thing that can keep their education moving forward, but that changes lanes so that you can keep things moving. It also lets kids play. Like, let's be real, most kids play like this now. They don't play like this now. So it's nice to be able to incorporate catch and other types of teamwork related games where they're having to make contact with other people in any avenue, including our classroom. It's also a low pressure formative assessment. So you can see if kids are getting these musical concepts or not. Then, here we go. Lesser artists borrow, great artists steal. I said that.
Yes.
I did not. Okay, so I want to attribute these games as much as possible. There is a lot of simultaneous creation that happens because we know what our kids need and we're like, oh, I came up with this. Oh, I came up with this. I'm not big on like, this is mine, but if you know that somebody like, oh no, they like fully like just designed this and we love this. If you know somebody that is already doing some of these, please let me know because I would love to be able to give them credit for their creativity. Let's play some stuff. Okay, so games without instruments, which is why I asked you to not have your instruments out. Now that being said, just be cautious when we get to some of these because some of them are better if you don't have instruments out in your classroom. I trust that we are all adults and we will make wise choices without them. Okay, so we started with beach ball brilliance. That's just a great way to toss things around and get terminology flowing, have a catch, all of that. Okay, the next game is I have, who has. So there are 6 cards in the center back area. Raise your card up in the air if you have one. You need to make sure all 6 of you have one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my 6?
Right here.
Oh, grab it right behind you. Perfect. So I have a set of, thank you. I have a set of these cards that you can expand out to however many you want. But the whole idea is you start with I have, and the person 1 is always quarter, 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 quarter. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Who has? And then you clap and count the second rhythm. And then people are paying attention to their card, and then they're identifying what comes next. And then your job is to be loud enough and clear enough with your counting and your clapping that the person that's listening for their rhythm can hear you, right? Okay, so who has 1, 2, 3, 4? So you're gonna say the script that's on the card. So I have, and then go ahead.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Who has 1, 2, and 3, and 4? I have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Who has 1 and 2, 3, and 4?
Oh, sorry, no, I was just trying to keep it. Can we try that again, Salon? So who has? And then when it comes back, yeah, you're supposed to say it and play it at the same time. But that's okay, you get the idea, right? Okay, so this was just so that you could get a taste for it. You can expand this out and enter in whatever kind of rhythms that you would want. Yeah, question?
What do you do when it comes back?
That's the end of the game.
Oh, okay.
So I have it, like I'll have a set that one of the cards is on a note card. So I know, I'm following the train, I'm like, how many people do I want to demo today? And so I can set up that many cards. Or if I want to have enough for all of my kids, I can make sure that I have enough for all of them. And sometimes I make too many and I'm like, baby, do you want two today? And
Did you buy this set?
I made it.
You made it.
I made it. So there's a Muse Ed font that you can purchase. I used it when I was doing Kodai work. I really like it. It's just rhythmic notation, like that's compatible with Word, and it's been really helpful. All right, I'm gonna have you hang on to your cards. I'll collect them at the end. I'm just gonna tell you about the cup relay race. It is a lot of fun. A lot of people are used to passing dowel rods on cups, but this is a much more competitive version of that. You have teams, and every team has a cup. All the teams are lined up in line, so you need a lot of space, which is why we're not gonna do it in here because I did not wanna make that happen. But what's gonna happen is everybody's in their line. The first person has the cup on their dowel rod. Everybody has a dowel rod behind them. And their job is to, with a beautiful bow hold, pass that cup person to person until that cup is all the way at the end of the line. Then this person, with their cup at the end of the line, runs up to the front of the line and passes it all the way down again. When the person who was the first person, right? When they get back up to the front, the whole line sits down, and then that team wins. So it is really competitive, it's really fun, and I always have the William Tell Overture playing in the background. Because it's like, oh, you know, like, it's super intense. Yes, I highly recommend that intensity thing right at the beginning. And the kids love it, love it, love it. But yeah, use dowel rod, baby, don't use those. Bears on Cheers, this was a game that was designed by Frances, and I would love to have about 6 volunteers. They could come up and line up about maybe 8 volunteers that would be about here. Don't be shy. Come on up here. Start on the disc. All right, make a line going this way. Yes. Okay. All right, Bears on Chairs is a rhythm game. So Frances is a Suzuki trained teacher, and this is how she taught her kids and her students to really understand the placement of beats on rhythm. So the very first thing you're going to work on is this beat sound or is this beat silence? Okay? So you're going to put your bodies in the chairs where you hear sound. You're going to leave empty the chairs that have silence. Okay? So, fill in as many sounds as you heard with people in chairs. And that's beat 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Okay, that's the first step. Thank you very much. Going to the other line. All right, we'll need you in a moment. Okay, then it starts to get more challenging, right? So you can walk behind the chairs like I did, or you can just stay in one place. And then tap, tap, ready, and go. How many sounds did you hear? Where were they? 2 and actually 1 or 3.
My butt fills a chair.
2 and 3. There it is. How many sounds are on each beat? Very good. Okay, and back, and back, and back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, here we go. Because we're going to have to get some creative solutions for some of these notes, yeah? All right, here we go. So, tap, tap, ready, and go. Exactly. Okay, here we go. We're gonna level it up. Okay, level it up. But it's always fun to be like when a kid is like sitting here, they're like, put on, and then they just go. You know? Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. Taylor, put your like pinky toe on it. Yeah.
You want to sit like fully on it? Sure. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna like.
We're still not. There it is. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay. So that's the idea. And then I'll do one more because this is a little bit more practical for like year 2 and 3. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. right? Okay, so, right.
Sit on that.
I got it.
And then the next step is, stay there, sit. We're gonna count it out. Ready, and 1, 10, 3, 10. Nice, and that's it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's very much. Cheers. All right, so thank you. So Bears on Chairs is, you can, yeah, it's called Bears on Chairs because in private lessons she was using stuffies on chairs to help kids understand where they were. So you can do this with a private studio as well, and with really little kids. So that's a handy and wonderful thing. Yeah.
We actually did this in my building
Love it.
last year, and between me and the other teacher, we just brought in like all our kids' old stuffed animals.
Yes.
So we set up several stations around the room because they were so uncomfortable they didn't want to share chairs.
Mhm.
So they used the little stuffies.
Yeah.
We had like 4 stations.
That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about Brenda Brenner's Game of Awesome. We played this one in Tucson. It is a board race game. So you can have, and we had 2 stations, 4 stations. I can't remember what we did. But we had teams, okay, in lines, and depending on the difficulty that you are wanting, you can adjust the questions that you're asking. So you have team wolf siren, and then you have team green, whatever. You give them 50 seconds to come up with a name, or 30 seconds, and then they come up, and you're gonna put, I'm just gonna describe this one to you because we're not gonna play it today. You put a little T, this is their answering space, this is their answering space, and their goal is to, I will ask, draw a quarter note, and the first person to draw a quarter note gets an A on the board, and they have to spell the word awesome. You can also make the word yay or whatever, like swag, whatever you want it to be. And that's a good way to do a skill check. And you can also see who's in front of the board. What do they know? How can we chuck them up and make sure that the questions that I need to ask are asked to the right kids? And you can also differentiate that way. So, I've also said, hold, this is a word problem. I need you to draw a 5-line staff with your clef and the location of your open D. Or, make it as easy or as hard as you want it to be. Or draw this key signature. So this is a game that has broad application. Yeah?
Didn't we also, when we played it in Tucson, the team was allowed to verbally help?
Yes, you can. Now here's the thing. When you're in your team, before you get to the board, or I should say, anytime you're away from the board, you can confer with your team. So if you were like, oh, I think they know this, and they do not, they can go back to their team and get help, and then, again, that cooperative game play. Yeah?
So each answer they get right,
They get a letter. So if the next question, and then they erase, and then the next person comes up to answer, and it's draw a quarter rest, and then they get it, and then they put an A over here, and whoever's the first person to spell awesome, whichever team is the first one to spell awesome is the one that wins. That's Brenda Brenner's mind fruit, if you will. Then we're gonna play a game called Red Potato. I need about 10 people to make a circle in front. More would be welcome, but at least 10. This is a game. There we go. This is a game I stole from my Desky Bestie Reed. He is a fantastic general music teacher, and so he and I played together at WSU, and he teaches my kids now at their elementary school, so it's pretty great. Red Potato is a music alphabet game. So when we're starting to really get into how does the music alphabet work, this is a game we're gonna play. So I'm gonna give you the red potato, and you're going to pass it one way, and you're going to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G on a loop. And we're gonna go as fast as we can do it sustainably. Okay, so
A, B, C, D, E,
F,
G,
A,
D,
C, D, E, F, G, A.
B,
C.
pause. When you hear this, you are going to change directions and start going backward in the musical alphabet. Backward. Okay, so here we go. Now start with, where were you?
D,
C,
B,
A,
G, F, E,
And you don't even have to remember where you are. I know, we're getting the keys up, right? Okay, so
Do I say D,
were gonna be on, so you catch it, I honk it, you were gonna say,
I just said D.
you were on D, so now you're gonna pass it the other direction, and now we're going forward through the alphabet.
So
E, F, G, A.
Oh,
Oh, and then, here, I'm going to poke at that spot right now. If, okay, and Reed is savage, his children, these are elementary kids, that he has, if they take longer than 3 seconds to answer, and they get put out of the circle. So you can make this as competitive as you want it to be. You can also, the next step is, what letter were you on?
A.
A, we're going forward through the alphabet.
Mhm.
Now just toss it to people in the circle.
Oh.
B,
C.
D.
E, F, oh, wait.
now you're on F, and now we're going backwards, so the next person has to know you're going backwards. E,
D.
C,
B,
A.
and that's red potato. G. Thank you, head back to your spot. Okay, this is a game I created last summer called Basketball. You will want to make sure your instrument is in a safe place for this. The people that are their team leads, oh, I will need to conscript a team lead. How are you feeling, my dear? Irene, come on over. Okay, so you have dowel rods. These are your weapons. I need you to pass them out. Now here's the thing. This is the midpoint of the quadrant. Your goal in a moment is to have this team get 3 yellow balloons in that yellow trash can. The goal for this quadrant is to get 3 blue balloons in that trash can. This one has red balloons in that trash can. This one has white balloons in that trash can. You are only allowed to use a bow or a dowel rod. So if you want to get out, if your bow is like not precious, if you want to get that out, you may. For the sake of everybody participating, I will also let you use an imaginary bow in your hand so you can. Okay, but the idea is we're holding and manipulating the stick. We're not hitting our friends. Okay. And we have to work together because if you pop a balloon, those are the only ones on the piano. Those are the only extras. Okay. So if you pop one, you need to be gentle. Okay. And we need to work together as a team. Now that being said, here are the rules. Oh no. Here are the rules. Here are the rules that I need you to know for basketball. Okay, so number 1, your booty has to stay in your seat. Booty has to stay in your seat. Okay? When I played this before, we played it in a gym. Like it wasn't an issue. We just ran around. It was like field hockey. It's not that. Okay? In a room like this, teams can only use their bow or dowel in their right hand. No left hand allowed. Okay? Booty stay in seat. The room is split into quads as you saw. Everyone has their bow or their imaginary bow for right now to move the balloons that are going to go into the center of the room, which is why I asked about a latex allergy. If people said, oh yeah, I'm allergic to latex, then now is the time. We good? We're good. Cool. And then, all right, then we have to elect 1 person per quad, 1 person per team is going to be like, I have not come up with a title for this role yet, but 1 person per team is going to be without a bow. But they are going to be allowed to go into other quadrants and get your balloons back. But they can't go into your quadrant. So if I'm on the blue team, and I was sitting here, when it's time for the game, I can walk around the room if one of my blue balloons goes over there, and I can bring it back and I can toss it into my quadrant. But I cannot go, don't get in the basket. Okay? Then, if a balloon pops, you have 1 backup. And the first team to get, and I took, for the sake of time, I took it from 4 to 3. First team to get 3 balloons in their trash can, it's like, we got 3! And then we go and we judge. Okay? That's it. That's how this works. Does everybody know what they're doing? Okay. You have, no, trash can over there, white piece of paper kind of up high, white balloons in that quadrant. Red balloons, trash can, this quadrant, that's your goal. Blue balloons in that quadrant, that's your goal. Yellow balloons in that quadrant, that's your goal. One other thing, you will notice that close to the goals there are not a lot of chairs. So, if before we begin, you would like to strategically place some of your chairs or yourselves, that is welcome. You're going to have about 30 to 60 seconds here in just a minute to figure out who is going to be your retriever. Is that the name? So if your balloon goes into another quadrant, who's going to be your person that doesn't have a stick that's going to be up on their feet? Because there's going to be 4 people that are able to walk around. So talk to your team. Here we go.
Yeah, strategically move that out. Okay, so we've got red crossing guard, blue crossing guard, white crossing guard. Okay, so you're going to move out of quadrant. Okay, Matt, whose crossing guard are you? Are you the yellow crossing guard? Yes. Cool, move out of your quadrant. And who's the blue crossing guard? Oh, okay, then white, red crossing guard. Okay, so red crossing guard, you're going to move out of your quadrant. So if a red balloon makes it somewhere else, you just grab it, and then you can't go into your boundary, but you can toss it towards your feet. Okay, okay? All right, now I will tell you right now, I threw up an extra balloon, so you all will have 4 of every color. So if you're like, you know what, maybe we just let that one go. That's fine. We only want to have 3 in each trash can. Do you understand the game? Is everybody recording this recording? Okay, good, because this is going to be fun. All right. All right, do not move until I say go. All right. There's yellow here, blue, white, and red. Go! All right. Right hand only, right hand only. Use that hand. Don't hit your friends. Don't hit your friends. All right, all right, all right.
Now were we all using a good bow hole?
Nope. Jess. White actually got it first.
Did they? How far ahead? We have 4. That's awesome! When did you get it though? Because they said we have 3.
We asked before they had a big group.
Like 10 seconds before then.
Respect. Okay. So you can see. Are we sweating now? Okay.
I was more invested in that than I thought it was going to be.
All right. All right, come on back. You're going to need partner work for this next one. So you can set your, again, I will collect props at the end. Don't sweat it. Just set them down near you. You will want a shoulder partner for this. So if you need to relocate, you have a shoulder partner. We're going to play almost cheap. Okay. So this is a partner. Oh, I don't wait. I also need a friend. Come here. Thank you for being a friend. Okay, here we go. All right. So the game.
mochio is about making mochi. And it's a hand clapping rhythm game. Okay? So, remind me of your name. Cat. Cat. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Big, steady beat keeping. That's your job? Okay, now, steady beat keeper, and this role will change, is going to move around. Then, pause. Okay. Then, the person that's doing all of the moving stuff is going to, is going to be clapping that rhythm with these different ways. So let's do, watch me do the first one, and then we're going to do it with your shoulder partner, okay? So here we go. Big one, stop. Stop, we got big beat. And I'm going to do, oh, mochio, suki, macho, oh, mochio, suki, macho. So far, so good? Yep. Turn to your partner and do line one. 1,
I'll do steady beat. You go to the
One,
middle.
2, steady chords. Oh, mochio, suki, macho, oh, mochio, suki, macho. Pause, eyes, here we go. Next line. Now, this is where you're getting involved. Ready? And Cat's going to have nice big alligator arms. Ready? And listen to this one. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, pet, ton, pet, ton, toe.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay? All right, here we go. Ready? Second line, all together. 1, 2, and go. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, pet, ton, pet, ton, toe. Okay, so that's where they're adding ingredients into the mochi. Okay? All right, let's do the first 2 lines together. First 2 lines together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Oh, mochio, suki, macho. Oh, mochio, suki, macho. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, pet, ton, pet, ton, toe. Now, we've added ingredients into our mochi. It's time to stir it up. So the third line, here we go. Conate, 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 conate. Big alligator arms are key. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and clap. Conate, 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 conate. That one is the weird one. So if you've been the big alligator arms, up to this point, switch. Right. Okay. All right. You ready?
Which line are we doing? Same one,
We're going to do line 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, gotcha.
Here we go. Okay.
That's all right.
1, 2, ready, set, and go. Oh, mochio, suki, macho. Oh, mochio, suki, macho. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, toe. Pet, ton, pet, ton, pet, ton, toe. Gonna take, gonna take, gonna take, gonna take, gonna take. Hey. Last line. Okay, big arm, big arm. Big arm. Big arm. Come on, come on. And it's tom, 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 tom. Big alligator arms are starting to come, okay? Here we go, okay, last line, last line. We'll do it a couple times so you can swim. 1, 2,
Yes.
all right. Oh, that's better.
Could you two illustrate all the variations?
In a moment.
Film it? All right, I'll wait.
And this is on the YouTube channel too, right?
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is actually a big Kodai song, so there's a million people doing Omochio on the internet.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do tom 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 with the second person that's out here that hasn't tried it yet. Okay, here we go. 1, last line, go. Top to bottom. Pick who's gonna be your alligator arms. Pick who's gonna be doing and clapping.
Which one do you want to do? Good.
Okay, here we go.
We'll do the whole thing top to bottom.
Okay.
Whole thing.
Here we go. 1.
system, and anyway. Hand signs are nice. Hand signs are really nice, and especially if it's something that your elementaries use, being able to bridge that into your middle school, into your secondary, it's really handy. So there's a few ways to do mystery song with solfege. So you can say, we're playing this on the G, or we're playing this on the D, whatever. And as soon as you know what song I am signing at you, tell me what it is.
Mary had a little.
Okay, now the other alternative to that is if I was doing this and I said again, we're starting on this string. You could start having them play with you. Join in with me as soon as you know where we are. So there's ways to approach mystery song that are really great, and it reinforces like taking those skills that they learned about in elementary and using that to bridge that literacy gap. Because a lot of times they know this stuff, they just know it by a different name. So being able to carry that over is really important. Okay, we're gonna catch our breath and we're going to look at a few different ways that you can engage your kids. So if you've got tech in your room, we all know and love Kahoot, okay? Staff Wars, if you haven't been privy to it, is a really great like timed way to go through note naming and reading. A free website that kids can get just about anywhere is Classics for Kids. There's composer study, there's free note reading, games that you can play on there, it's fantastic. There's also Look It, which is like a more competitive way of getting at a Kahoot. And you don't have to have all the right answers to win at Look It because of the way the game is structured. There's also boom cards. And so this is Frances's boom card site. And so you can see, like, this is an example. So she'll have you listen to an audio example, and then you pick the option that you heard. So you can start tracking interval patterns and stuff. For the sake of time, I'm going to not have us do lightning pitches. Lightning pitches is something that I designed. And it is, when I talk to an app developer, they're like, you need to put ads on there. I'm like, I don't want that. So it is, if you buy it on Teachers Pay Teachers, it is just a file that you download. And it is a pitch randomizer for a heterogeneous classroom with all 3 staves involved. And so it's a reading game, and it can be a playing game as well. So actually, you know what? Yeah, if we have time, I'll show you that at the end. My computer's being pesky, so I don't want to get into it. But it is a pitch randomizer. This is a picture of what it looks like. Okay, so this little gray button, you hit it, and if you've selected, I want the options of notes that are in figure pattern 1. I want the option of notes that are in 1st octave D major. I want the options of notes that are in 2 octave A. Like, it will just have that as the menu, and it just rotates through, and everybody's reading something that they can play, and it's like, okay, follow your clef along and play along. So you can have them name notes, you can have them play notes. And it's a really great way to see if literacy is actually happening because it's pitch randomizer. They can't have seen it before. So yeah, and then other games that you can play without instruments necessary are games like Poison Rhythm. Raise your hand if you've done Poison Rhythm. It's great. For those of you that don't have your hands in the air, it is like, okay, so this is the ubiquitous rhythm, right? This rhythm is Poison. So I'm gonna have, it's gonna be call and response, and if I clap this rhythm, your job is to fall silent. And if you accidentally start clapping on that rhythm, you're out, okay? So I could clap anything but this, and you would wanna clap and count it back to me, okay? So, and then, let's see, or not clap and count. Well, I guess you could do clap and count, couldn't you? Anyway, you wanna have them repeat it back to you, except for the Poison. And then floor staff word spelling. There is a video of this on the YouTube channel of 5 masking tape lines on the floor, and it is like Orchestra Twister. And it's like, spell cabbage, and you have 3 kids come up and like, you know. And then King of the Mountain is a rhythm game where you're knocking people out. And then What Am I, Musical Snake, etc. Those are all games you can play that don't require having your instrument. So especially at the beginning of the year when you're waiting for kids to get their stuff. All right, games requiring instruments. All right, so ideal for teaching all of this kind of stuff. Now, you can do this one with or without instruments. It's 1, 2, ready, 8, and this will be the easiest thing in the world. If you have an instrument, you're just gonna pluck it when I call it a number. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, ready, 5. And I'm gonna say that beginning part in rhythm. And then after 5 beats have gone by, 5, you pluck, okay? Okay, so if you have an instrument out, just give me a little when it's time. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, 3. 1, 2, ready, 7. You get the idea. Okay, so that's 1, 2, ready, 8. Then bow clocks. This is something I need everybody that has a bow or a dowel to stand without their instrument. This is something that is a problem, especially in cello bass land. And that is when I have a kid and they're playing their instrument and their bow is doing this. And I'm like, baby, I need you to make your bow parallel to the bridge. And they're like, is that better? And it's like, no. They're like, I don't know how to move my hand. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Show me your beautiful bow hold, rocket chip position right out here. Okay, now I want you to glue your right arm to the side of your body. The only thing that's wiggleable is your wrist. Okay? Now, we're in the room, and we're going to be pointing our bow in different places. Take the tip of your bow and point it to the floor. Stay standing up still. Your arm is glued to your arm. Or your arm is glued to your body, and your bow is free. Okay, point the tip of your bow to the ceiling. Point the tip of your bow to that corner of the room. Point the tip of your bow to that corner of the room. Point the tip of your bow to that corner of the room, etc. So you can have them go around, make a circle with your bow, and so that just helps them feel where their bow is in the space and how to manipulate their index finger, especially, so that they can work on parallel bows. That's bow clocks. All right, have a sit, and then you will leave your instrument for this one. Okay, this is dial-a-bow, an oldie but a goodie. Okay, so dial-a-bow is about, that eraser needs helps. Okay, so dial-a-bow is a game where you are working on bow distribution, okay? And it starts with a phone number. So we will start with one that we all know and love.
8, 6, 7, 5.
That was in my head too.
Okay, now, I'm gonna make this darker. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are, as ever in Bornoff, we're playing frog to tip bows, and we are keeping a steady beat, but we've got to make that first bow last 8 counts. The second bow lasts 6. The next bow lasts 7, etc. Now, on the zeros, you can make that be a couple of things. You can either make it be a beat of rest, or you can have it be a bow lift. So it's up to you. For the sake of today, we're just going to superimpose that. That's 1 beat of rest. Okay? You can put anything on top of it. All right, so if you would please, grab your instrument and pick a G, a B, or a D, any octave you like, and we are going to have a frog to tip bow. So that's the rule. It has to be a frog to tip bow, and it has to be first 8 beats, then and subsequent beats. Okay, here we go. Ready? Start at the frog. G's, B's, or D's. 1, 2, ready, and 8. 4, 6, 7, up, bow. 6, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5. Rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so you can you can be a friendship wingman and be like, and put that up there. So that you can get your kids doing all kinds of different things. You can also use this, the way I love incorporating Bornoff into this is stops and a bow. So let's do a different number, and let's do this with stops and a bow. Yeah. Oh, does somebody want to give me their number?
6, 7, 8.
Oh, hold on, I need I need an explanation from Z. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, here we go.
6, 7, 8, triple 9.
Ooh.
8, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
What song's that from? Soulja Boy.
All right. So now, still a frog to tip bow, but now we're doing stops in a bow. Okay. All right. Here we go. Still on a G major chord. Ready? Here we go. Start with 6. 1, 2, ready, set, and go. 6. And tip, 7. For especially orchestral and small chamber work. And I want you to imagine that your scroll is attached to a string that's attached to the end of my baton. And when I go up, you go up. And when I come down, you come down. And it's a way to get kids, especially in small chamber groups, to start cueing each other. Okay? I'm looking at the time, I'm sensitive to the time. This is our last one, stop and go. Okay, so if you have Shady Grove in front of you, go ahead and pull that out. This is an audiation game. We're not going to play all of it. We'll play like the first.
I was just wondering, for scroll on a string, what do cello and bass do?
They're going to go with their notes. Yeah. Okay, so Shady Grove, we are going to start. If you see the go, you are going to play. If you see the stop, you're going to let the beats go by. And you're going to be thinking about what's coming. And then when it goes again, you're going to start where you would have been had you not stopped playing. So you've got to stay engaged in the moment and engaged in the piece and be ready to get back in there. So we're going to start at measure 5 for the sake of time. Okay? So if you're a second violin or viola, you're resting right now. Okay, you got it? Wiggle your bows at me for violin 1. Nice. Okay, my cellos and basses, we have music. Cool. Can we get just a quick A so that we're all. Okay, here we go. All right. So, and this is, we're singing and playing in the violin. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Oh, sorry. It's in that time. My bad. So, Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove. 2, yeah, we're cut time. Here we go, ready. 1, 2, ready, and Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove. Further development toward a concert so that they can be ready to come in and out. Okay? Alright, so as we are wrapping up, distraction is a very fun game we play in Tucson. Also, and that is, how many of you have been in a contest where you had people opening a door going, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be in here, or whatever, and your kid flips out, and they were so ready, and they're so, you have to train them to deal with distractions. So have your rehearsal going. This is a good performance exercise for not only solos, small ensembles, large ensembles before a big concert. Somebody's gonna sneeze out there, somebody's phone's gonna go off, baby's gonna cry, whatever. have the rules with distraction are you can't actually touch the players, you can't actually touch their music, but you can be in the room in a weird way, and it makes them focus on their performance. My kids can, because of this game, can perform under much duress. The list of other games is also included on your handout. Please, thank you for being here. Text me your favorite game. My cell phone's up there. Legit, text me a game that you're like, oh, she needs to know about this. I wish she knew about this one. Text it to me. That's my number. Love you. Bye. Okay.